Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are going to take a look at the Kriega US-30 Drypack, available at RevZilla.com. So if you're familiar with the Drypack line of bags from Kriega, you know that this is the behemoth. This is the 30. This is the biggest bag you can get in their Drypack line before you start bumping up to their combos. Now, the beauty of the Drypacks is that you get a different kind of storage option with this. What you're getting is 100% waterproof, and there's a variety of different sizes. They're all going to be modular. So you have a US-10, a US-20, a US-30. Yes, there's a US-5, but that's a baby bag. So really, when we're taking a look at the 10, the 20, and the 30, what you get is storage options that will allow you to keep different items on your bag in a variety of different styles. Now let me just kind of hone in on that for a second. On the back side here, I've got the US-30 installed on the R6. Now what's great about this is typically sport bike riders have a hard time installing luggage. What you have here is you have a bag that gives you 30 liters of capacity, and then you can modulate off of this. So if you want more storage, you can put a 10-liter US-10 on either side. You've now bumped up to 50 liters. You can also do two 20s on either side. You now have 70 liters of capacity. And all of those bags are available in a variety of different combos. So you can either buy an individual 10, 20, or 30, or you can go ahead and look at some of the larger combo options. The one thing to note is that all the materials will stay the same throughout. And install for this, like getting this on the R6, 10 to 15 minutes. So we're going to call that as a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, our beard scale of difficulty for installation. If you're in the know here at RevZilla, you know that that beard scale of difficulty is Lemmy's favorite thing to talk about as his beard continues to get longer and longer. Now, we'll get more into install at the end and how to get this onto your bike, but for right now, let's dive into what you can expect from a Drypack of your own. So what we're going to see here is at the top of the line, the US-30 is going to carry the same materials that are used throughout. So the US-10, 20, and 30 all have the same general makeup, but really what this is extra capacity. You're now bumping up to 30 liters of storage in one bag. And let's break down the materials here for a second, because this is really where a Drypack comes into play. It's a guaranteed waterproof bag that's going to give you maximum amount of storage and easy use. You're going to have a combination of ripstop nylon. If you're not familiar, you can see the little crosshatch working its way through here. And what's great about this is if you do get a tear or a snag, it doesn't continue through. That ripstop stops it from tearing, as the name implies. Down the body of this bag, and then along the back, you're going to have a 1000D Cordura. So beefy construction for the exterior. And then when we take a look at the interior on this, you're going to have this white lining, and it's going to be a contrast lining. So if you have something stuck down in the deep, very bottom of this, you're going to be able to see it and be able to figure out what you're looking for much easier. And the other beauty of this is that you can pull it out and you can clean it with ease if you want to. So you can pull the liner out, you can clean the liner, and then you can put it back in. Now, personally, I've never once cleaned the liners on my US-20, and I don't imagine that most people are cleaning this, but if you're a neat freak and you like it looking nice and pristine, that is an option out there for you. What I do want to talk about is how a dry bag works. So really what you're seeing is this one main compartment is your waterproof compartment, and it keeps water out by making sure that you fold this over. You want to aim for 3 times, but I know that I've jammed my US-20 so full sometimes that I don't always get that full 3 rolls over. So really you want to take that lip and you want to make sure that you have it at least completely covered by the pack itself to make sure you get that waterproof protection. But again, the ideal there is that you can roll it over 3 full times. It then snaps into place on either side, and then your final strap is a compression strap that works right across the top, and then you cinch that down nice and tight to make sure you have a real concise package. Again, you want everything that's in here to be as tight as possible so it's not rattling around in the back of the bike, causing any kind of disruption while you're riding. So you'll notice that on the outside, there is going to be an exterior pocket too. There's going to be 2 additional pockets. The one on the top, they're going to call this a water-resistant pocket. I can tell you that I have ridden through torrential rain for hours on end, and I have never once had this pocket fail. I've used it as a waterproof pocket, and it never once let water through. You've got water-resistant YKK zips, zipper garage. And with that being said, I will say that I don't recommend that you put your electronic devices in here, because the second that I say it's never failed on me, it'll leak water through on the outside. Make sure your electronic devices are on that inside compartment. That is the one that is guaranteed waterproof. Outside pocket, water resistant. Additional pocket on the back. This is going to be a mesh pocket. This is just going to be a free-flowing mesh pocket, and really what this is perfect for, and I've talked about it in other videos, is that if you have dirty laundry or something gets wet, this is the perfect place to store that. It doesn't contaminate any of the dry, clean clothes you have inside, and in addition to that, if you get from a rainy day into a sunny day, it helps to just let airflow pass through and dry out whatever items you might have in here. Now, fun fact, when I first got my US-20, it had the same features as a US-30 set, and I had a damned of a time trying to figure out what these two little clasps were for. Well, this actually comes with two additional straps. These two little clasps on the bottom are actually for this little guy, and this little guy is a waist strap. So many times I was throwing this over my shoulder instead of just putting it on the back of the bike, trying to get back and forth to the office, and the problem with this is when you throw this over your shoulder, it doesn't want to hold into place. When I realized that all I had to do was put this little waist strap on the bottom, and now you have this perfect messenger bag setup, it made it extremely easy. So in addition to mounting this to the motorcycle, you can use this as a messenger bag if you so choose. So speaking of installation, let's get right to it. Install, in the beginning, like we said, 1 out of 3 on our BSD, our Beard Scale of Difficulty for installation. If this takes you more than 15 to 20 minutes to install, you're probably doing something wrong. On my R6 on my left-hand side, we had it installed probably in about 5 minutes, and that's because the R6 already had the mounting loops installed to the bottom of the seat. So if you're a sport bike rider out there, pull that back passenger seat off, check the bottom of that seat. A lot of sport bikes will have those loops already included as lash down points, and they work perfect within the Kriega line. So if you don't already have those installed, Kriega is going to give you mounting loops. Those mounting loops will simply mount around a frame rail underneath the seat, and then once those are installed, you just take the hooks that are given to you, and it's a 6061 aluminum. It's an aircraft grade aluminum that's being used, and I have never had these fail. Snap it into place, the hook simply goes through that loop, and then you're ready to roll. You got 4 of these, so 4 different loops, 4 different hooks. Once all 4 are installed, you are set off to go. Now that's how you get this installed onto the motorcycle. Let's say you want to create a separate pack. So you've got the 30 installed there as well. Let's say you want to put a 20 on either side. You'll notice that you have mounting loops that are going to be stitched on with bar tack stitching underneath this Hypalon material. And then you also are going to have that on top of a synthetic leather. So you have this really great look on the outside, but then you have the extra reinforcements for these mounting tabs as well. So if I have a US-10, I can put that right on top of here and mount it down. If I want to mount to the side, you notice I've got loops on either side, the top and the bottom, so I can mount bags to the side. And that's really where those combos are looking for. So if you're saying, man, I really like this 30, but it's not enough, I need more storage, keep in mind, you can look at the combo 30, or you can look at the combo 40, combo 50, or combo 70 as well, which simply puts additional bags on there. There's a ton of riders out there like myself that have been using Kriega and putting this gear through its paces. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there beating the hell out of this gear. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which piece of luggage is right for you and your motorcycle, give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Kriega US-30 Drypack. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.